Today we're going to be working on my wife's front brakes. We're going to go ahead and change the rotors and the brake pads on her 1975 Toyota Hilux. Per you guys always getting on my butt about eye safety and protecting my eyes. I bought these. Ta-da! Of course I got them on eBay. I forget how much, but they were really cheap. Everything I looked at was like 75, 60. I think I got these for like $16 is what I got these for, something like that. So let's get started. First we got to get this up in the air and take the wheels off. All right, took the wheel off, and then I started looking at this. Okay, this is what the new one looks like. I'm like, this doesn't look right. So I started looking at this, and what it is you have the hub, and then the brake rotor connects to the backside right here. You can actually see where it splits right there, and there's bolts that go through from the backside in. So you got to take the whole hub off in order to get those bolts on the backside. So you got to pull the dust cap off, which this is usually on the front right there. You pull the dust cap off, and then inside you'll see a bunch of parts. You'll see a pin. That pin's got to be removed, and then there's a keeper cover that holds the nut in place. Then the nut, you pull the nut off, and then aside from that there's going to be a washer inside here, and then there'll be a bearing, and then another bearing on the back side. So once you get to this point with the washer, you can actually pull the whole thing just straight off. That's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, let me add in, to take this off, all you got to do is there's two bolts on the back side of it. Two big bolts, 17 millimeter as a matter of fact. Here they are. There's one right here, and I kicked the other one somewhere. Is it in my pant leg? Yeah, there it is. So these two come out, and they'll be on the inside. There's 1, 2, and they'll come out. And then this, if you don't have to compress it, it should just slide right off. Now my pads are good, but I went ahead and bought pads. I'm going to throw these away because her brakes are squeaking bad. These don't look bad, but they're really old. So that's why I'm going to put the new ones on there. All right, let me pull this off. All right, like I said, once you pull it straight out, sometimes it'll get hung up a little bit. Just tap it with a hammer real lightly right here and pull at the same time, and it'll come off. Once you get it off, you'll have the front bearing, which is right there. I'm going to clean all this, and I'm going to repack the bearings. Also, what I did was I took my finger and I dug out as much as I can on the inside in there because there's a lot of dirty grease. On the back side, you have an outer ring right here with a little rubber. That is your wheel seal on the back side. Leave that. I'm going to pack this as much as I can with more grease for those. But now, when you turn it over, you'll notice there's 5 bolts right there. Those bolts are going to pull your hub. So now we're going to undo those and pull the hub out. All right, now they are separated. This has got scratched up, but you're taking it off, so don't worry about it anyway. If you have as much buildup as I do, this hub is going to have a bunch of dirt all the way around it. See that? So I have this. You can take a chisel, whatever, but scrape off as much as you can. You see, that's going to be over it like that. It's going to be a little tight. So what I did was I held it up on the edge of my leg right here, and then real lightly I just went around and around and around the outside edge. Do not mess up your seal. Don't hit it on the inside. Just very, very lightly tap. I mean, this is all I did. I just let the weight of the hammer fall on it, and I just kept going around and finessing it all the way around. Because if you go on one side, it's going to go crooked. Go on the other side, it's the same thing, crooked. So go around and around and around until this falls out the bottom and sets up right there. So now I'm going to clean up this a little bit more. And then this one just goes directly over it like this one was. And remember which way you had it. Don't flip it over and put it on there the wrong way. Otherwise, you're going to run into a big problem when you try and stick it on there. I went ahead and cleaned this off and wiped it off. Like I said, I'm putting new grease inside of here. So when I put it on there, everything will roll smoothly. And then all I got to do is pull the pads out, and I'll show you that in a minute. All right, now I got this on there. You put your bolts back in there, try and go around it like you would in a pattern, and bring it down slowly if it sticks a little bit, because you don't want it to get off centered and then end up bending something or cracking something. Then go ahead and take your wheel bearing grease and go ahead and fill that in there. I still got to clean and do the other one, and then all you do is slide that back on there and then put your bolts back in the way it's going, and then we'll get to the pads. Alright, on the back side of the caliper, this is the back side of it, you've got this little clip. This little clip hooks in like that. So undo this side and undo the other side, and then this will lift out like that. And that way you can pull this pin out, and then there's a keeper on this side that you pull out, and you can pull this pin out, and then both of the pads will then slide out the front. So let me get that done. Well, I just forget all about everything that I'm doing. They slide out the back. Right out the back. That's how they'll come out. Just little squares. See how neat they are? Alright. These are still good, but like I said, I'm just going to change everything. I don't know how long these have been in here, so I'm just going to put new ones in. Then, like I said, repeat all the process of putting everything back in order on there. Putting your pistons in here, you'll have to clamp those and squeeze them in. I have another video explaining how to do front brakes. But squeeze those in and you can get the new pads on, and then slide it in there, put your bolts back in, and you're done. New brakes. Let's put the wheel on, and then I'll do the other side. Alright, I didn't show the other side because we just went ahead and did it. But you guys get the gist. Go ahead and change your brakes. Hers does not squeak any longer. Oh, and buddy Cody, he got this box, and we asked him what he was gonna do with it, and he gave it to Carrie. So now she has a little box in the back of her truck for all her stuff. So now the floor doesn't have to be cluttered up. She got some new stickers that she put on the back. She put them crooked on purpose. Four on purpose, yeah. See, she got that one too. There we go. I lost what I was going to say. That's why I just got all quiet all of a sudden. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Leave a thumbs up for changing some brakes. And that's about it. Here, now look at Dustin. See y'all later.